Deal. What's the deal with the media? Why are they not calling them? The right is so good at this. You know, in California, the California Republican Party is sending people to a phony baloney sign up for Obamacare website that says terrible things about Obamacare. Are you sure you want to do this? Stuff like that. I'm not making this up. This is the Republican Party in California. They're actually doing this. They've got a phony baloney website that sounds like the Obamacare website in California to discourage people from signing up. You know, it used to be in America that when people among us rooted for our country to fail, we called them traitors. How is this not treason? Or at least sedition. It's not treason. How is this not sedition? Rooting for your country to fail. We've got an entire political party now. There's a reason Congress's approval rating is down to 6% now. More people like cockroaches in their houses than like members of Congress. I can't imagine anybody liking cockroaches in their houses, but apparently there's a cockroach lobby. Who knows? But the point is that it's actually probably a fairly suspect statistic. I would not quote that anywhere. But why aren't the Democrats pointing this out? Why aren't they pointing out that the Republicans are sending people to phony websites? Why aren't they pointing out that the reason why the main reason why the Obamacare, you know, even President Obama, he comes out and he goes, well, you know, federal procurement is difficult and we should have done a better job and I'm sorry, it's my fault. Okay, that's nice. You know, it's very big of you to take responsibility. But it's the damn Republicans and the damn Republican governors who said, no, we're not going to set it up an exchange. We're going to let you do all the work for us. And then you get states like Mississippi where not only do they not set up the exchange, but they say, you know, we're even going to make it hard for the insurance companies. So you only end up with a couple of half-assed programs being available. Rachel did point that out on her show last night on that network. She's taking names and kicking ass. But I guess during the day, it's like people are just trying to be the news. Let's be the news. Well, I'm telling you, the news is that the Republicans are engaged in sedition. You have an organized political party rooting for the destruction of the United States of America who cheer as unemployment goes up, who I just got an email from Bob Borisage, speaking of good organizations worthy of giving money to, which I did. I guess I'm outing my donations now. Bob Borisage and Roger Hickey and R.J. Eskow are the Center for America's Future, or not Center for Project for America's Future, whatever it is. Ourfuture.org is their website. And it was like, do you realize that, you know, if this sequester, if everything just keeps on going, if the Republicans don't do anything, which seems to be their plan, there's going to be another 600,000 people laid off next year, which is more pain and more suffering for the United States. And the Republicans are cheering for this? What is wrong with these people? How can this not be anything other than sedition? And why, when the television networks, for God's sake, why? I'm sorry, I'm far more obscene today than I normally am, and my apologies if you have an 8-year-old in the back seat. I'll try to dial it back. I normally do. It just so angered me to watch 2 full hours of cable network television on the topic of Detroit going down in flames and Obamacare looking like maybe they're starting to get their act together, and nobody mentioning the fact that Detroit went down in flames because of insane trade policies that were initiated under Richard Nixon, that were put on steroids by Ronald Reagan. And frankly, Bill Clinton signed NAFTA, GATT, and the WTO. And maybe that's why they're not talking about it. I don't know. But he ought to be man enough to stand up and say it was a mistake. And I think he probably is. Although maybe not. I mean, we got TPP coming down the road. Really? But there was no discussion of that whatsoever about the impact of our trade policies on Detroit. There was no discussion whatsoever of the impact of the banking crisis on Detroit and the explicit racial profiling isn't even the right word. What do you call it? Targeting of minority communities by banksters, because in many cases, these people were first-time homeowners, so they really didn't know how to read a mortgage statement. I mean, they hadn't gone through it. They hadn't been through it. Oh, here's 22 pages of fine print. Read it. Sign it. You got 5 minutes. Really? Oh, and half of it's not filled out. Don't worry. Our vice president will sign it, a.k.a. robo-signer, Debbie Do-Right, or whatever her name was. That woman who signed something like, 50,000 of these things? She got paid $10 an hour to do it? And Jamie Dimon's not in jail? Are you seriously telling me this? And this was not in the news. I'm watching the news, and none of this is in the news. That's why Detroit's going down the tubes. Our trade policy and the banks went after them. And then I'm watching this hour on Obamacare, and nobody is talking about how the Obamacare website is groaning under the weight of having to do not just Washington, D.C.'s work, but Mississippi's work and Michigan's work and Wisconsin's work and Ohio's work. And I may have my states wrong, but you get the point. 30 Republican states.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
It is sabotage. Obamacare is being sabotaged by the Republicans aggressively, methodically, state by state, not to mention the Koch brothers. Nobody will mention it.